We are so excited here and we are in a bit of a party mood because today I am recording my 100th video. Can you believe 100 videos since lockdown began last year? Now I thought when I started them last year I would only be doing about 10 or maybe 20 at the most, but a year later we are on to 100, and thank you all so much for watching me and supporting me and just sharing all your lovely comments and photos. Really appreciate it. Now can you see we've got our disco lights on, we've got our party poppers, so we are going to celebrate. Now what better way to celebrate than with a fantastic charity, a fantastic cause that is coming up this week, and that is Comic Relief. So I thought, I've got my Comic Relief t-shirt on, I thought I would share with you a special recipe for cupcakes and decorating them with the big red nose. Now I know I've done cupcakes before, so I'm going to just talk you through that and then we'll spend some time on decorating the cakes. So go and wash your hands, get your ingredients ready, get those cupcakes cooked, and it'd be time for decorating. Whisk the butter and sugar until light and fluffy. Add in your eggs one at a time, making sure you mix them in after each addition. Add in half of your flour and mix until combined. Then add the other half and continue mixing. Finally, add in your vanilla, give it a quick mix before we put it into our cupcake cases. I use an ice cream scoop so that each cake is exactly the same size. So as I said, this is my 100th lockdown video and I'm so pleased to be sharing it with you, and even the Teds wanted to come and join in today. So it is Comic Relief cupcakes. I've already shown you the cupcake recipe, step-by-step instructions on how to do that. I wanted to concentrate more on the decorating of the cakes this time round though. So I have got my Comic Relief pinion, can you see that? Ooh, and I am ready to go. So look at these. This is what you are going to be making. Now this is the funny Comic Relief nose, and I've turned this one into a unicorn because, as you know, Mrs Davies loves unicorns. So you can do whatever type of face you want. These are just a couple of suggestions. So you've made your cupcakes, you've made your buttercream, so let's get started with the decorating. Now I want to show you what I'm actually going to be using today, and these here are edible eyes and they're from Tesco's. They're in the baking department there. If you don't use those, not a problem, you can use some white icing and a little bit of black icing, and I'm just using the ordinary Tesco coloured icing here and white icing. So I've got red, I've got black and I've got white icing. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is pop just a small amount of buttercream just in the middle of our cupcakes. Now, we don't want to put too much on. We're just using this as a little bit of glue just to glue the icing on the top. And what's going to happen is when you put the icing down on the top, it's going to push some of this icing towards the edges. So don't go too close to the edge. So I'm going to do another one there. So that's ready, that's setting up ready for us. And if you wanted to, what you could do is just take a little bit of cake out of the middle with the end of a spoon and pop some jam in there, pop the cake back on top, just so when you bite into it you've got that surprise of jam in there. Now I've got some red icing here. It's the Tesco one, as I've just shown you, and just knead it together, squish it together. The children will love this because it's just like Play-Doh. And then on your board, Mrs Davies has got a special board, so I don't need things like icing sugar or corn flour on it. But if you want to, you can pop a very, very thin layer of, or a dusting of corn flour. I prefer corn flour because the icing sugar goes a little bit tacky and it makes it all sticky. So I'm going to just roll this out. You need to get a cutter the size of the top of your cupcake. So I've got my cutter here, just fits on there. I'm going to just cut that out, pop that to one side, and we're just going to pop it on, and we're just going to smooth it down around the sides. Can you see that? Just smooth it on, and then it sticks on, and that is our red nose ready to decorate. Pop that one there. Let's roll some more out. Let's just knead it together. As I said, I know Play-Doh in school, the children love squishing together, so they really are going to enjoy this one. And let's give this a little roll. Don't have the icing too thick because you'll get a real mouthful of icing, and sometimes it can be a little bit sickly, so not too thick. Let's cut that one out. Pop that over there, and let's get that on. Just smooth it all over. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is get my black now. Now with my black, you can either roll it out and cut the shape of the mouth out, but I think the children might actually like just squidging it in whatever shape they can, and the mouth can be any shape at all. Doesn't have to be oval, it can be wibbly wobbly. Let's do a wibbly wobbly one for you. There, let's have a look at this one. Yeah, just mould it into whatever shape you want, and then we're going to put some teeth on it. Okay, let's just mould. That's a funny shaped mouth, isn't it? You see that? It's going to be funny. Just rub your fingers over it and it gives it a nice little shine as well and makes it stick. Now I'm not going to do the teeth on that one yet. I'm going to do the mouth on this one, and we'll do the teeth all together. So once we've done this, we're going to move on to the white icing for the teeth, but let's just have another mouth here. And it is just squidging it into whatever shape you want, or roll it out and cut it, whatever is easiest for the children. Now, because our hands have actually warmed up this icing, we don't actually need any water to stick it on. So there's my other mouth. Let's get on to our teeth. Now we'll roll this out. The easiest way to do this is to cut out lots and lots of triangles. So I'm going to cut one long, thin strip. You can put as many teeth on as you want. Make sure you can see this. I am just cutting that over there. One little strip like that. And all I'm going to do then is cut little triangles. Got to make sure you can see this. You see these little triangles? These are going to be the teeth. You can have them as big or as small as you want. Just want to make sure you can see that. Can you see those there? So I'm just cutting one way, that and there, and then cutting the other way, just to make lots and lots of teeth. Now I know on the ones that I've demonstrated, I've only got a few teeth, but it's up to you. As I said, you can have a mouthful of teeth if you want to. Now, because we have rubbed this, we've warmed up that icing again, the teeth should stick on there pretty well. Just give it a bit of a push down. As I said, put as many teeth in as you want, whatever size. It's just to make a funny mouth. Now, if you find they're not sticking, get a new paintbrush, I would say. Don't use a dirty old paintbrush. pop it in some water, and then, but just the tiniest water, you need to pop it in water, dry it off with a paper towel, and then pop a little bit of water on here. So it's almost damp really. If you put too much water on, it makes the icing go really, really sticky, and it sort of dissolves really and goes into a bit of a sticky mess. There we are. This is my funny shaped mouth. I think I'm going to put a little funny tooth there as well. We haven't finished that yet though, because we've got to make some lips. But let's do that once I put a couple of teeth on here. And this one, I think I'm just going to have, how many teeth shall I have? 3, I think. We'll have 2 on the top and just 1 on the bottom. It's going to be a bit of a funny one, isn't it? Now, to make our lips, just roll that into a ball, keep that over there. We're just going to roll this into a very thin sausage shape and then wrap it around. Now, I can see my little tooth there has just gone not quite so sharp, gone a little bit distorted, but now it's okay. So we're going to roll a long sausage shape. So roll it on here. Make sure you can see. There we are. And it needs to be, we don't want it too big, unless you want to have bigger lips, up to you. And then you're just going to wrap it, that is a bit thick. We're going to wrap it around the outside of the mouth. There we go. Again, you might need a little bit of water around there. Now, you can either leave it like that, or if you want to, get a knife and just make little indents in it to make it look more lip-like. Can you see that? Can you see all those little lines on there? And all we've got to do on that one then is the weeniest bit of buttercream, and it is just the weeniest bit on the eye, and you're going to stick them wherever you want on there. You can have them wide apart, or you can have them close together. There you go. How funny is he? Now I've put them to one side slightly. We're going to give him some spiky hair in a minute, but let's just finish off this one here. So we're going to roll out our sausage, and then we can make the lips for this one as well. And then I will show you how to do the unicorn horn as well, if you want to turn yours into a unicorn, which I think is pretty cool. Pop this on again. Again, mine is sticking because the warmth of my hands has actually warmed up the icing. So we're just going to indent it here. Just go round, and it gives it all those little lip sort of embossing. There we go. See that? Ooh. Let's give him a couple of eyes. There we go. And I've put a little bit too much on there. Let's wipe a little bit off, because we don't want it sort of bulging through. And my other one as well. Tiny little bit there. Put that there. So we have got our 2 comic relief cupcake toppers there, but let's make some hair. Again, all you're going to do is break off tiny little bits, and you're going to turn it into a little sausage, but make it really thin at one end. Can you see that? It's really thin at one end, and just plonk it on. Now you can put as much hair on as you want. I'm just putting 3 little strands on mine. Here we go, look. 3 little strands on mine, and you can make them fold over if you want to, or you can just get them just sticking at the top. I think I might leave mine. I think I might leave that one there like that, and then my other one, I need to do a unicorn horn. and put that little bit of red there. Unicorn horn, we are going to take a piece of white. We're going to roll that into a sausage. We're going to chop that into two. Got to make sure you've got a bit of a spiky end, as if you're making a long strand of hair. And all you're going to do, let me come up here and show you, is twist it. And you're going to twist it round and round and round and round. We're not going to have it this big, but it just shows you. And can you see we've got like a unicorn horn? I'm going to chop it off because we want it to stand up, so we actually don't want it too long. Can you see that? My unicorn horn. So let's pop that on there. And we want to give it some hair around it because our unicorns have a lovely mane. So let's just pop some bits around here. There we go. And we are nearly done. How easy is that? Is it something you think you're going to be able to do for comic relief? Now, I know we can't do bake sales and things like that, but it might be that you make them for the family and they give a little donation to comic relief, whatever you can do, or just make them for a bit of a fun. And if you wanted to, for any other time, just use different colours. You could turn these into green monsters or blue monsters, purple monsters, just by using different colour icing. But look at those two that we have made really quickly. And that's my unicorn one. My poor unicorn's only got 3 teeth. So I hope you've enjoyed that video, my 100th lockdown video, and I hope you have a go at making these. Really fun, sitting around the table with the children helping make them. Lots and lots of different faces that you can make as well. Now I am off to celebrate with the Teds because you look in a minute, they have made me a fantastic cake and I will pop that up in a minute to show you. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching and just supporting me with these videos that I started just for the children to see a familiar face for what we thought was only going to be a few weeks but has ended up being a lot longer. I will carry on doing the videos, so this won't be my last. I will see you soon.